on right. Branch inside. Bradshaw, Stabler back. Here comes the left. He sidesteps. Can he throw? He can't. The ball flipped forward is loose. A wild scramble. 2 seconds on the clock. Casper grabbing the ball. It is all a fumble. Casper is recovered in the end zone. The Oakland Raiders are scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play. Madden is on the field. He wants to know if it's real. They said yes. Get your big butt out of here. He does.
Welcome to the Ladies of Darkness, a member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network.
Brought to you by Dan at EP4L Custom Tees. Also, be sure to check out the writings of our amazing Angria track at silverandblacktoday.com.
Yay!
Yay! So, today on the show, first of all, we're back!
You missed us.
Yeah, we missed you.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long minute.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, a long couple minutes. So we're going to catch up a little bit. We've got some Raiders news, of course. We've got some league news. We're finally bringing you our tight end thirst list.
Yay!
Took us 6 months to do it.
That's right. And we're still not done. Well, I'm not done. I slacked. So we did the bottom 5 because that's what we do is 5 every week generally. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So I'll get my 5 ready for next week. We've got our 5 ready for this week. We're good to go. Jenny, we're back.
We're back.
Have you missed us?
What you been up to?
I've missed us.
I have. Yeah. People missed us.
I'm
I've been
sure
told.
they did. Yeah.
Big shout out to Shorty.
Yes.
I've got my margarita here just for you. You requested it, so I'm drinking it.
It was approved by the board, and it was encouraged. Thank you, Shorty. Always a good time, and always a good idea.
Yeah, especially raspberry ones.
Oh, very nice. So,
in giant cups.
What have you been up to in our hiatus? We can catch up a little bit on personal stuff before we do Raider stuff, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. A lot has happened.
The world fell apart, so there's that.
Yeah, COVID happened. I do remember that a little bit, vaguely. The entire month of, half the month of March, entire month of April, a little bit of May, I worked from home every day. The kid didn't go to school, so I was essentially working, parenting, teaching, and trying to fit all that in 8 hours. It was really difficult.
Awesome.
It sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she had summer vacation. So she has been home 24 hours a day.
I'm just glad you're not in jail, Jenny.
Oh my gosh. I'm really surprised I'm not. I've held it together pretty well here.
You've done a great job. Your kid is rather rambunctious, so it's a feat.
It really is. I appreciate that. So she's pretty much had a 6-month-long summer. She doesn't get to go back in the fall.
Oh, so you guys are not opening up.
They're doing, they're deciding based on the previous 2 weeks of COVID cases.
That's what ours is doing too.
So, yeah. So they decided they're doing hybrid. So they're doing every other day at school.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll talk about how dumb that is in a second. But who knows, the week of school, when it starts in 3 weeks now?
Right.
How are they going to know? They're going to go back. Oh, there was only 4 cases. So now you can go to school full time. Are they going to check it every 2 weeks and then take them out of school? It's ridiculous.
Wait, are you telling me you have a strong opinion on something?
I am super pissed.
Never would have thought that.
Well, if you spent that much time with this child. No. Okay. So are they saying that people cannot get COVID on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday?
Apparently.
And that's why they get to go to school those days?
That's what it sounds like. I have no idea.
It makes no effing sense. None.
Well,
Ugh.
I don't know. I'm just,
Anything.
all we can do is roll with the punches at this point, because it just, none of it has made sense. It's all been stupid. It's all been just, we don't have accurate information because it changes every single day. I mean, literally every day we're getting updates and something changes like once a week. You know,
Yeah.
We went from don't wear masks for the whole month of March, right? Don't wear masks, just socially distance and wash your hands. And then all of a sudden, you have to wear a mask. Everybody must wear a mask. And cases and deaths skyrocketed. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to get into the politics of it. I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of it. It's just, I mean, what are we supposed to do as a nation? You know, how are we supposed to know if our so-called experts don't know? So whatever, screw it.
No idea.
We're rolling with the punches.
On a positive note, I have some pretty cool Raiders masks.
Yay! That is one of the best things that has come out of this. Dan at DC4L Custom Tees has been making some badass Raiders masks.
Right? I never go anywhere without my shield.
That's right. And I don't know if you guys have heard in the background what I've been doing for quite a while now. My son is Jack, the baby assassin. He's been dubbed, apparently, by Twitter and Facebook. He assassinates my sleep is what he does. He is always killing my ability to get a full night's rest. So my son is 10 months now. He was born in October, and he'll be a year old this October. And but anyways, one thing I do want to talk about is my son was born with Down syndrome, and I just have to say it has been one of the best and one of the most challenging years of my life. So shout out to all my Trisomy 21 homies with the extra chromies, parents, families.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
Well, you're doing a great job.
Thank you. He's not an easy child, but he's not a super difficult child. It's just different challenges. So, he's a little behind in some things and he's right on pace with other things. He's doing overall really, really well, especially for a kid that has Downs. So it's kind of like a built-in challenge from the minute you're born. He was 3 weeks early, so he had to spend 2 weeks in the NICU. So these are just some of the reasons that, my life has been a little hectic and I haven't been able to commit to doing a scheduled podcast every week. He's had a lot of health issues in the first few months of his life, but shockingly, I know this is going to surprise the hell out of you, since we didn't have to go to daycare, he's been healthy as hell.
Interesting.
It's amazing that way. He is meeting a lot of his milestones for typical babies. And if you're not a Down syndrome parent, you don't understand what typical baby versus, baby with Down syndrome. That's what we call children that don't have Down syndrome. So that's kind of the normal benchmark, I guess. But he's a really high functioning, and he's just, I hate to say this because my kids might be listening, but he's the love of my life.
He is smart as fuck too.
He is, for real. He said mama last week. Still at the 9-month age. And he said it with intent. It wasn't just like babble, 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 babble. He looked at me. My daughter was watching him. So I have a witness. He was watching me go into the kitchen. He said, Mama. And I was like,
Mama, make me a sandwich.
What? Yep. Already being a man. So anyways, so he's been just like the biggest blessing to my family. It's hard being a single mom, and especially,
it's okay.
Heidi's going to cut this out.
No, she's not. Well, let me just say, on behalf of Raider Nation, we are super proud of you. You are doing an incredible job. He is the most beautiful baby I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you. I would tend to agree. I'm a little biased, but
yeah.
But he's just been like it's the most difficult but the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
That's incredible. And I work with a lot of people with Down syndrome, and I have heard all of their parents say the same thing. Difficult, but the most rewarding thing.
Yeah, it's like so you're planning to be on a path, like just this is the best analogy. One of the parents in one of my Down syndrome groups, she said something about how, it's like you plan a trip to Italy, and by the time you're boarding the plane, and then you get off the plane and you're in Sweden, and okay, well, it's not the trip that you planned, but it's still going to be a great trip. So you have different things to look at. You have different things to consider. You have different landmarks to go see and all kinds of stuff like that. But it's still a beautiful trip. And it's, something you didn't expect.
And Sweden is pretty cool.
It is.
Yes. We love you, Jack. We love you, Angria. Speaking of trips, I went to Arizona.
Very nice.
I bought my tickets months before COVID happened, and my trip was in June for my birthday. So for about 3 months, I was freaking out, thinking we weren't going to be able to go.
Yeah.
It was terrifying. We paid a lot of money for a really nice Airbnb. We emailed them because you can't call anybody anymore,
right?
To see if they were still, open. And no one ever called us back or emailed us back. So we just went there not having any idea if our house was there. Oh my gosh, it was so stressful. But it was the most magnificent trip ever. I laid by the pool all day, got super tan in the sun.
You looked nice and tan. You certainly did. And relaxed.
Oh my gosh, it was so relaxing. Except I did have to bring the child to this one. So It could have been a little more relaxing, but she wasn't that bad. It was good.
Oh, good.
And I got to see my mom. My brother came and surprised me on my birthday.
Oh, nice.
He told me he couldn't come down from Colorado, and I was really sad about it. And then he showed up. So that was cool. Halfway through our trip, Arizona decided that everyone had to wear masks or they would get fined. So we had to wear masks everywhere we went when it was 105 out. And I had my amazing face covering that Dan from DC for All Custom Tees made me. And it was hot as fuck.
Oh, I can imagine.
I thought I was going to die. But we survived and it was wonderful. And yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got some time away because that was probably sorely needed. Actually, I know for a fact it was sorely needed. So it's good that you were able to still keep your reservations and you showed up and you weren't homeless while you were there. That would have sucked. Yeah. I don't know how people I don't know how homeless people in Vegas and in Arizona, I don't know how they do it. That's,
oh my gosh. I don't know.
I would not be able to survive. It's so freaking hot.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be a crazy person to do that. Anyways, all right. Now that we've cried and laughed and talked about all things weird, should we get into Raiders football?
I suppose.
All right. It's time for some team news.
I want better execution. Are we clear on that? I want better fucking execution.
All right. So there has been a ton of team news since we went on hiatus. So we're going to get you caught up on what's going on now. On January 22nd, we officially became the Las Vegas Raiders.
Woo!
I got my first Las Vegas Raiders t-shirt. It was very awkward seeing it. I was like, oh, this is a misprint. What the fuck is this?
What happened? Did you get it on January 23rd?
No, I did not. I got it for my birthday in June. I was a little hesitant to switch over to the Las Vegas-ness of things, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's a transition. You really got to retrain your brain, especially, you've been a fan for 20, 30, 40 years in my case, almost 20 in your case. You've known, I was around for the LA Raiders days, but I don't really remember them that much. I was still little. But I do remember them moving back to Oakland. And it's weird. It's just a weird kind of, you got to retrain your brain.
For real. I don't think I'll quit calling them Oakland Raiders. I don't know.
It's going to be a while. Yeah, it's going to be a minute.
This year is actually my 15th year as a Raider fan.
Congratulations. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Yay.
And now I have to start over, become a Las Vegas Raiders fan.
It's not starting over. It's just a new beginning.
A new beginning.
Chapter in the same book.
Sure. A new book in the same series.
There we go.
I'm going to go with that.
Sure. That sounds great. All right. Well, I guess let's continue.
Well, the draft in Vegas went virtual due to the coronavirus pandemic, as I'm sure you all know. And I'm really sorry for a lot of you who had planned to go to that. I saw a lot on Twitter about that, and I cannot imagine what that was like, planning on going and not being able to. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was.
But yeah, that would be so exciting. But anyhow, we were still able to pick up some promising young prospects, including Henry Ruggs. I am so excited for him. Like, you don't even know.
I am too. I didn't get all the anger. What the hell? Like,
what? There's anger? I ignored it.
Jesus, there's always anger. What do you expect? Some dude went on Twitter and did a rant. I don't know who he was, but I don't know if you saw this. I think you probably did. He went on Twitter and did a rant about how that was the worst pick, blah, 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 and proceeded to try to be Mike Mayock. He failed miserably. Like, you know, that it was a train wreck. But let's be real here, guys. Henry Ruggs is going to give us power. The dude's going to give us the ability to just blow the top off of a defense. And I ain't mad at that at all. Mark Davis just came out and said that he didn't want anybody else. That was his first pick. He was glad that it went that way. And all right, cool. I'm on board. Sign me up.
I don't want to bash any member of Raider Nation ever, but you can suck a dick. Yeah. I mean, for real.
I don't think that's bashing. I just think that's advice.
Okay. Yeah. Some good advice. Enjoy that.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Except we have been excited about drafts in the past and they have not worked out. I'm not going to name names, but
we're excited about drafts every year, and that's what we do as fans. Okay, just give us a break. We get to be excited about drafts every year. However, last 2 years we have killed it as far as I'm concerned. Mm-hmm. Last year, we in the lower rounds. Oh my God, Mike Mayock continued to show why he is amazing, and so 19 and then the 20 draft, home runs. Mm-hmm. Be mad all you want, but it's going to pay dividends in about, if not this year, then it's going to be next year. We'll see how Derek Carr does this year. Jack is back there going, "Yay, mommy, you're right.
Yay. Yeah.
Either that or he wants another cookie.
He knows what's up. Well, maybe he wants both.
It could be both.
Alone.
The two are not mutually exclusive.
Just a heads up, guys. This is going to be like the longest episode of all time because it's been a minute. So
enjoy every second.
We're gonna get stuck on every little thing.
Soak it all in.
Enjoy, and also I apologize. We also got cornerback Damon Arnett.
I was excited about that one too.
Yeah, who wasn't? That same guy?
Probably.
I don't know.
You know how Raider Nation do. We got to be pissed about something every day. It's how we roll.
Hell yeah. We got Lynn Bowden.
My favorite pick of the draft.
Heck yeah.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
And we got wide receiver Brian Edwards.
Mm-hmm. So Lynn Bowden is like a Swiss Army knife. And one thing that Gruden does well with is Swiss Army knives. One thing that Raiders do well with are Swiss Army knives. We've had some players in the past that have been absolutely outstanding. Cliff Branch comes to mind. He was an amazing receiver, but he was also a great blocker, and he was a great lead blocker. Like he was a good runner. He was the reason that that a couple of our players had the stats that they did and they attribute that to him. Oh, see, Jack's complaining too. He said, "You better listen." Sorry, guys, you're going to get baby talk in the background. It's just going to happen. So yeah, I think that Lynn Bowden's going to be a pleasant surprise. I really do. I can't wait to see him doing whatever he wants to do, and wherever Gruden decides to plug him in, it's going to be beautiful.
Heck yes. So moving on from that, training camp started last week when the veterans reported on July 28th. The first order of camp was to get all the players tested for COVID-19, of course.
Of course.
Of course. Out of 90 players, we only had one that needed to be placed on the reserve COVID-19 list. And that player was running back Devontae Booker.
Actually, we did have an update today.
Oh.
Max Crosby.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, Yep.
That
sucks.
I did not hear that.
Sucks.
That does suck.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, I mean, the season doesn't start for another month, so
it's only supposed to be a 2-week disease, right? So fingers
for
crossed.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as he's healthy, which he should be if he's a football player.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't know if this is on our list of things to talk about, but did you see today that the Raiders pretended that John Gruden had COVID to see how the players reacted?
I did. It was very, very cool. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
When I saw that, I was like, dude, that's fucking mean.
This is a test of the emergency broadcast system.
Right? Now everybody's going to do it.
Of course. But you know what?
And
in these COVID times, we got to do stuff like that.
Right? And then there's going to end up being like the boy who cried wolf, and then one of the coaches will actually get it.
Right.
But
and then all of a sudden, oh my God, John Gruden gave the entire league COVID. You know that's how that's going to go, right?
Oh my gosh.
That's how it's going to go down.
That was a good plan, though. I mean, to see how the players would react, if they would still play the same.
Yeah.
If they'd show up.
Right. I thought it was a really cool idea. We do fire drills. So.
Yeah. COVID drills. All right. Well, in light of Booker's replacement on the reserve list, the Raiders signed running back Jeremy Hill, but he has since been released.
Signed and cut.
Yep. So Max Crosby and Rod Smith have been added to the COVID-19 list.
Boo.
New developments here. I hope that doesn't spread throughout the entire locker room.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah. Or it all gets through everyone and then they're all good by September.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Maybe they'll all get it and then they'll all be immune and then we'll win the Super Bowl because everybody else will be knocked out by COVID-19. It's a terrible way to look at it. I'm sorry. But, it could happen.
Yeah.
Let's not discount anything. This year we have had murder hornets. We have had economy crashing. We've had COVID-19, the first pandemic in 100 years that's hit America. And Godzilla's on his way.
Mm-hmm.
So let's not discount any possibility at this point.
Wildfires, hurricanes.
Yeah.
There was a wildfire when I was in Arizona, like right where I lived there right on the mountains. It was crazy looking.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, you could just see like the embers at night on the mountains. It was crazy. Mm-hmm. The NFL and the NFLPA came to an agreement that allowed players to opt out of the 2020 season due to safety concerns over the coronavirus. DJ Killings, Jeremiah Valoga, and Ukeme Eligwe have taken this option.
Plus a whole ton of others that are on other teams. They took the money and ran. I can't say I blame them. Especially if you're not gonna get any play time. Former Raider, what's his name? Eddie, what was his name? Vander Suckage. What was his name? I put him out of my brain.
I don't know. Vanderwall?
No.
It's the same. Eddie Van Halen?
No.
Isn't that Eddie?
He took
Vanderdoos.
Vanderdoos. Is his first name Eddie?
Eddie, yeah.
Okay, good.
Eddie Van Halen is his new name.
Eddie Van Halen. He took the money and ran. And I don't blame him because he's probably like a third stringer by now. Yeah, he did suck. He tried. I don't think he tried hard enough, but he tried. Anyways, all right, moving on. So, in other news, defensive tackle PJ Hall was traded to the Vikings after spending 2 seasons with the Raiders. He was drafted in the second round of out of Sam Houston State. Never lived up to his potential, even though we were really hopeful for him. He promptly failed his physical with the Vikings and reverted back to Las Vegas. Good times. All right. That's great.
Fun.
Yeah. We'll see how that works out for him. But that dude got to stay off the candy. Man, I hear bad things about him, and diabetes is on his way. Seriously, that dude doesn't work out, and all he eats is saturated fats and candy. Linebacker Markel Lee, defensive back Jordan Brown, tight end Paul Butler, kicker Dominic Eberle, center Eric Magnuson, linebacker Liam McCullough, and wide receiver Anthony Ratliff Williams were also waived. Probably the first wave of a very long list of people that we are no longer going to have on our team. I was kind of surprised about Markel Lee.
Yeah.
We'll see if he pops back up. It's entirely possible. But that one kind of shocked me. That one caught me off guard. In stadium news, however, Allegiant Stadium has reached substantial completion and received a certificate of occupancy on time, as scheduled.
Hell yeah.
LA, eat a dick. I did a quick little piece on Silver and Black today about the food options are pending still, but I put together as much as I could. I did a little poll about what people's favorite, there was a lot of stuff, mostly the tailgate food. But in lieu of having tailgates at the new Allegiant Stadium, we're going to have some probably 5-star level fare. So check it out. You'll enjoy it. While the stadium will be used for games, there will be no fans in attendance this year. It's going to be disappointing, but safety first. We don't want our guys
get married
getting
there.
Well, we'll work that out. We'll figure it out. I wonder if they'll do that. That would be awesome. The NFL, did you watch the NFL Top 100 list?
Yes, I did.
As voted by the players. It's already been released in its entirety. Jack was not happy about it, as you can tell, because there were only 2 Raiders named to the list.
Mm-hmm.
2 very deserving Raiders. Well, don't get me wrong. Darren Waller came in at 99, and Josh Jacobs came in at 72. We're going to talk more about this later in a probably well-expected and what's the word I'm looking for? Highly anticipated version of Seriously Bro. Because I got some shit to say.
You always got shit to say.
I know. Shut up. Since announcing the move to Las Vegas, the Raiders franchise value has skyrocketed. Remember when we were the brokest franchise in the league? Not no mo.
Remember when we were in Oakland?
Yeah. Forbes released a list of the 50 most valuable sports franchises, and the Raiders came in at 26th overall and 12th most valuable in the NFL.
Hell yeah.
Suck it. I'll take that. Good times. Okay, well, that's the most of the good stuff there's going to be a lot more. I'm sure we missed some stuff because that's just the way we roll. We're both essentially single moms. You're not single, but Mark is a hard worker and he's out, trying to bring home the bacon. Hey, I'm trying to be nice.
At least someone is.
Well, you are spending a lot of time with the kiddo, so we miss stuff. Things drop through the cracks is all I'm trying to say. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's really hard to pay attention to this stuff.
If there are things that you want us to talk about, though, you could always call us. That's an option.
Yeah. If you haven't memorized the number yet.
Do you even remember it, Jenny?
I do.
Good.
It's 802-328-1867.
Boom. Call us. So let's move on to, I guess, some news outside the nation, huh?
To satisfy your passing fancy with the rest of the league, here's the news outside the nation.
Whatever.
Due to the coronavirus pandemic, all preseason games have been canceled this year in the NFL. The regular season is still on track to start as scheduled.
So far.
Yeah. So how are you feeling about the preseason games not existing?
I understand it. I get it. I kind of like having the preseason games. I know people are really down on them, but it gives people some time to kind of get back in the swing of games without them counting. It gives rookies time to have some actual field time for teams that are, relying heavily on rookies and first, second-year players or whatever. It's good to get them out on the field and see what they're gonna give to you.
Right. However, when I watch preseason games and we win, I think, oh shit, we're gonna lose all of our regular season games. Whenever we do well in preseason.
Oh, I know.
Now I don't have to do that this year. I just get to watch real life football.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be good real life football, and we'll take those wins that we would have gotten in the preseason right into the first 4 weeks of the season.
Heck yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. In order to get training camp started, the NFL and NFLPA agreed upon amendments to the collective bargaining agreement, which included expanding practice squads to 16 players.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Providing an opt-out for players due to safety concerns for COVID. High-risk opt-outs will receive $350,000 this year, and low-risk opt-outs will receive $150,000. The initial opt-out period is now over.
Also included is requiring that all training camp rosters be cut down to 80 players by August 16th. Lowers the floor to the salary cap to $175 million in 2021, but it does keep this year's the same level, so that's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
In other news, QBs Matt Stafford of the Lions and Gardner Minshew from the Jaguars, also Vikings linebacker Anthony Barr and Packers kicker Mason Crosby were among the players who have ended up on the reserve COVID-19 list. Eagles coach Doug Peterson has also tested positive for the COVID-19 in the past week. Stafford and Minshew have since returned to the active roster. Great. But there are a ton of others that are now kind of reporting in. I don't remember the last count I saw, but last week I think it was like 22 or something like that. That doesn't seem like a lot, but it really is.
It's a lot. It's
quite a bit, yeah. And what have you done for me lately? And what would we call this? Our one of our past bitches? See you later, hoes. Free agent wide receiver Antonio Brown has been handed an 8-game suspension from the league for multiple violations of the personal conduct policy.
He doesn't even have a team.
Who's shocked? Didn't he say like 2 weeks ago that he's done with the NFL? He's done playing?
Mm-hmm.
I will save you time looking it up, people. He did say that. And now all of a sudden he wants a team and he wants to play again. But, well, sorry, bud. You're suspended. Couldn't have happened soon enough. I don't know why he didn't happen sooner than that, but whatever.
I want to help him. I want to help his brain.
He needs it. He really, really needs it.
Call me, AB. I got you.
I don't think if he's not listening to anybody else in the world, I don't think he'll listen to random chick from Minnesota, but it's worth a shot.
I can be very persuasive.
Well, yeah. I can agree with that. And now it's time for the lady killer.
Who's that lady killer?
Baby, I'm low down, girl.
All right. The moment you have all been waiting for, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Our tight end thirst list.
Woo!
Woo!
Are all
Not
you guys
quite
ready
as fun.
to hear who our favorite tight ends are?
Well, yeah.
All the men in the world, I'm sure, are just dying to hear some sort of ranking.
We had men participate in a quarterback thirst list, and that was fun.
We did, yeah. The Aussie guys, they were awesome. They were very good sports about it.
And Chris Reed. And Mark still talks about his number one, Russell Wilson.
Oh, Lord. See, I told you I wasn't alone in that. He's a good-looking dude.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyways, moving on.
All right. So we're going to start at our number 32 and work our way up to our number 1. We're only going to do 5 a week, though.
Yeah.
We don't want to give it away too fast.
No.
All right. So my number 32, unfortunately, because he is one of my favorites, is Jared Cook.
It's so unfortunate.
I am sorry, Jared Cook. It is unfortunate, but he has an unfortunate face.
That is a really good way to put it. I feel bad for the dude. He's such a he was one of our favorites.
Yeah, and I have a giant canvas hanging in my office of him.
Yeah.
Because that's how much I love him. But you know when you're like a kid and you go swimming and you wear goggles for 3 hours and then you take them off and you have those lines? That's what he looks like. Like he always just took goggles off his face.
I have to say he looks kind of like he's in the mid stages of when, on Total Recall, when Arnold got sucked out onto the planet. And he's just starting to get bug-eyed. Jared.
Oh my gosh. Poor Jared.
I'm sure he'll never hear this, and that's perfectly fine.
I hope not, because I love you, Jared.
Jared, he's so amazing. He's so amazing until he takes his helmet off. Oh, we love you, dude. We absolutely love you.
All right, moving on.
Love you, Jared.
Love you. Was that your number 32?
That is my number 32 as well. It's hard for it not to be.
For real. Well, my number 31, Greg Olsen.
Oh, ouch.
Okay, Greg Olsen. You could be extremely good looking. I'm not sure what you would have to do, but you could be.
Something is just off, huh?
Something. It's his proportions. I don't know. So, have y'all seen Dexter?
I have seen Dexter.
I'm sure some of you have.
I love Dexter.
He looks like a more unfortunate looking Dexter with a bigger forehead.
And his jawline is off. Just like it's extra Play-Doh around the jawline. I don't know what's going on with it, but we'll get to him in a minute because he's on my bottom 5 as well.
His hair's a little off too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my 31 is Jimmy Graham, who, in my opinion, looks like a thug, but he kind of forgot how to be a thug. I don't know. He looks like that weird kid that was down the street from me that had in the family with 18 kids. They were all dirty all the time. And one of them grew up to sell meth and got his head tattooed. And that's kind of what Jimmy Graham reminds me of. I don't know why. Just that's what he puts me in the mind of. That kid. We had a neighbor family that called the B Shaws. B Shaw. That's what their name was, B Shaws. They had 9 kids. And they were all dirty, and half of them, no matter how old they were, had snot running out of their nose. There was one of the kids was in my class, so he was my age. So in, 6th, 7th grade, he still had snot running out of his nose. And I still, to this day, don't understand how that worked. I don't get it. Wipe your damn nose.
I can totally picture Jimmy Graham with snot running out of his nose.
Right? Or a drool string.
Yeah.
Could happen.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Sorry, Jimmy.
Sorry. Bro.
He's my number 30.
All right.
We're on the same page here.
We got that one covered. What is your reasoning?
He's just fugly. I mean, I don't even have anything to say about it. Like, his hair is always a different color. Like, just go with your natural color, bro. And if it's not a different color, he's bald, and that doesn't help at all.
No. Not helping his case one bit.
No, grow your hair out, leave it its natural color, and you would be okay. Okay.
Yeah. Passable. Let's call it passable.
Passable. Well, he wouldn't be my number 30. He might be my number 25.
Yeah. Could happen. Well, my number 30 is Max Williams.
Is it?
So Max Williams is my number 30. And the reason is he looks derpy. And if you don't know what derpy is, look up a picture of Max Williams. I have nothing against gingers, but being a ginger is not helping his case at all. He's got just that like super baby face, but he looks like he'd be cross-eyed. If he looks like he can have a conversation with two people at once. That's all I'm saying.
He's got like the perma red cheeks.
Yes.
You know, like some gingers, like their cheeks are always red.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it doesn't help when he's wearing like a Cardinals jersey.
Just magnifies it.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Man, I feel terrible.
Well, at the bottom half of the list, we're always terrible people. Like saying that Eli Manning looks like a foot, you don't get much worse than that.
He does look like a foot.
He does look like a foot. I can see that. A foot with a weird bunion. Okay. So, who's number 29 on your list?
Sternberger.
Oh, me too.
Jay Sternberger.
Jace.
Okay. The weird thing about Jay Sternberger is that some of his pictures, he looks like a completely different person than in other pictures. So I don't know who's photoshopping this shit or what, but cut it out because you're confusing me.
He has two different halves to his face. One half is like pretty handsome. So if you just look at like the right half of his face, just put your hand over the left half of his face. He's a good looking dude. He could be like, you know, that good looking all-American guy. Left half of his face,
mouth,
however, dude.
His mouth is too small.
It's pretty small for his face. He's got a big masculine chin and he has a 5 head. Let's just call it what it is. Dude has a 5 head. But seriously, the left half of his face, it looks like something ugly happened. I like someone grabbed, if you grab the left half of your face and you just squish it, you take the nose with it. Sorry, Jace. Sorry, dude. Sorry. That is unfortunate. I'm sure he's going to get a hot wife though, because he's, you know, NFL.
Well, yeah.
Professional football player.
Players have to have hot wives. When I clicked on one of his pictures, the thing that came up underneath it was Jimmy Graham.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Did somebody else rank these tight ends too?
I guess. Or maybe it's because they might have played for the same team, you know.
Oh, shut up. That doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
No. Whatever.
Well.
All right. Well, we got 20. Which one is that? 29?
29. My 28 is Max Williams. So we already destroyed his life.
Oh, poor guy. I feel bad for the dude.
Yeah.
I think he's still a virgin.
I'm sure he is.
If he's not. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well.
He still could be.
He still could be.
He okay, I'm done because everyone's gonna hate me.
Yeah, don't keep going if you think it's too far. It's definitely too far. My 28 is Greg Olsen, and we did already cover him. So Greg, on top of losing your hair, which, you know, it's fine sometimes. Just let it go, though. I mean, you're trying real hard to hold on to it, and I can respect that. But your face is not helping. It's like you said, he does kind of look like Dexter, and that was kind of strange to me to hear that. And then I looked up some pictures that you were looking at, And yeah, I see it, but it's like the Roblox version of Dexter. You know what I mean? if somebody made Dexter on what's that game that everybody likes, that Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft.
If somebody made Dexter on Minecraft, I think it would be Greg Olson.
It would be Greg Olson.
What?
That's incredible. It totally would be Greg Olson.
It would, right? I mean, he's just doesn't do it for me. Just not doing it for me. Anyways, so yeah, so we got them all covered. All right, well, hopefully y'all don't mind some screaming in the background from a baby. He's just babbling. He wants to talk about football too.
He loves football.
I do have to tell you that one of the first things that we did in the NICU was, well, it wasn't one of the first things, but he was born on Thursday. And of course, Sunday was football day. So Mommy brought in her phone and we watched our first Raiders game together when he was 4 days old. Three days old.
Aww. That's some good parenting right there.
He got indoctrinated early.
Good.
CMPM presents the Ladies of Darkness podcast. It's time to go back to the good old days. Hit that silver and black throwback. Chill. You're listening to a Crow's Nest Podcast Network production. Raider Nation. All Raiders. All the time. Tune in wherever podcasts are found.
On August 2nd, 1980, original Raider Jim Otto, starting center for 210 consecutive league games from 1960 through 1974, is inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Damn right. Jim Otto was one of the original textbook definition of an Iron Man football player. That man, he was a beast. On August 1st of 1981, Raiders quarterback and place kicker George Blanda is inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You want to see the other version of Iron Man football? It's George freaking Blanda.
What?
All right. Now it's time for Seriously, Bro.
You know, we all have our moments. Some of them earn a place on our wall of shame. Seriously, bro.
This week on Seriously, Bro, as we mentioned earlier in the episode, I've got some things to say about the top 100.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. Players, coaches, whoever the hell you interview for this. Why is Josh Jacobs at number 72? Why is Josh Jacobs at number 72? Let me repeat that. Why is Josh Jacobs at number 72? He was... Seriously, bro. One of the best running backs in the league. Not just best rookie running backs. Okay, here's the issue that I take with this. Last season, he was the Pro Football Writers of America Rookie of the Year. However, in the NFL honors voting for the AP Rookie of the Year, he lost to Kyler freaking Murray. Are you kidding me?
Kyler Murray sucked last year.
He did suck. It was just a hype train for that. Josh Jacobs, okay, I get it. They're comparing a QB versus a running back, but Josh Jacobs did a hell of a lot more in 12 games than Kyler Murray did all season. So miss me with that nonsense. When the NFL Top 100 list came out, it became clear how wrong the AP voting was when Josh Jacobs placed 72 on the list. And guess where Kyler Murray was? He placed 90th. Seriously, bro? Seriously.
What is wrong with you?
How do they get that so wrong? How do they get it so... You have to not have eyes. This is a bigger travesty than Mad Max Crosby losing Defensive Player Rookie of the Year to freaking Nick Bosa. Give me a damn break. Give me a damn break. You know who had a great supporting cast? Nick freaking Bosa. You know the reason that he got voted as Rookie of the Year? Because he was on the Super Bowl fucking runner-up team. Give me a freaking break. Seriously, bro. Jack, say seriously, bro. This is bullshit.
For real. It's because we're the Raiders. I'm sick of it.
It is. It absolutely is.
Guess what I got for my birthday?
What did you get for your birthday?
A Josh Jacobs jersey.
Oh, there it is.
Because he is number 1 on my top 100 list.
He damn well deserves it. He at least deserves top 50. Give me a frickin' break. That is
for real.
Redonk. Anyways, all right. Well, it's been a long road. Should we wrap it up?
Yes, it has. I think so. I didn't get to talk about my license plates.
Well, tell me about your license plates.
So, I went to the DMV. This is a story here.
That's the beginning of a dangerous and terrible ending story, usually. Famous
my
last words.
registration was expired. So I went in there and I was like, yo, I need to renew this shit. And they're like, cool. And I was like, I also want a personalized license plate. And they're like, well, you can't do that the same month that your registration expires. So you have to do it next month. And I was like, okay, well,
That's
what
stupid.
if someone takes my awesome ass license plate? And they're like, all right, I'm going to fill out this paper. We'll get your thing on hold. You can come drop off a check when I call you on June 1st. So whatever. They never fucking called me. So I went in there at the end of June, maybe beginning of July. And I was like, yo, where the fuck is my license plate? And they were like, that never happened. And I was like, it did happen. I was standing right here. I had my mask on. I made an appointment. So I was standing right here. And I filled out this paperwork.
God damn it.
She's like, right? She's like, let me go talk to my manager.
Oh my
God. And I was like, yes, do that. Do that.
Get your butt back there, Karen.
For real, Karen. And so Karen comes walking back and she's like, oh, I found this paperwork in place. It wasn't supposed to be. I was like, cool. Well, let's get my license plate. And she's like, well, the one that you want isn't available. And I was like, well, fuck you then. Who else in Minnesota has the license plate Raiders? Well, somebody out there must have it because I don't.
That's rude.
It is rude. But now I got to have Raider Girl.
Nice.
Which is cool because my car is Raidered out. It's black and silver. I got Raider shit everywhere. I got these awesome new Las Vegas Raiders license plate covers. And then,
but wait,
my car
more.
broke. Oh, there is more. So I was driving home last week, maybe 2 weeks ago now, who knows? And my car is my pride and joy. I love that fucking thing more than anything. Sorry, cats, dogs, kids, whatever, but it's my car.
I can confirm.
Some asshole ran over a carburetor going 75 down the freeway, and it flew up and destroyed my car. Destroyed it. So I had to call the insurance company and bring it in, took it to this body shop, and I was like, yo, the body's messed up, but there's some shit going on underneath because it's leaking a lot of fluid and there's something wrong with it. And they're like, cool, we'll have it back to you in 2 weeks. And I was like, well, shit. And they called me 2 days later, yo, your car's fixed. Come pick it up. I was like, cool, that was fast. So I picked it up. For real, yeah. So Friday night, I pick it up. I drive it home. I live like less than a mile away from the car place. So I didn't drive very far. The next day, Saturday, I was driving around and there's something fucking wrong with my car. Like, it smells like ass. And there's a light on that says something about emissions problem. So I call up my good friend Chris Reed, who's a mechanic, and he's like, that's your catalytic converter. And I was like, fuck. Yeah. So I call the body shop back, who doesn't know anything about cars, apparently. And they're like, well, you can bring it in. We'll look at it. So I brought it in. Sorry, everyone. This is a long story ever.
That's okay.
I brought it in, and this guy, some dumbass guy comes out, and he's got his little tablet thing that he's going to plug into the car. And so I was like, yo, so the sulfur smell is totally the catalytic converter, right? He's like, I don't know. And I was like, okay.
Great.
So he plugs it in. All these codes come up and he starts Googling them. And he's like, oh, it looks like there's something wrong with your catalytic converter. And I was like, yeah, I told you that. And he's like, all right, let me look under the hood. And he pops the hood and he's just like moving things around. He has no idea what he's doing. So he's done. And then he's like, well, I'm going to talk to my manager. You can go ahead and take the car home. I was like, what do you mean? What are you going to do? He's like, I don't know. We'll have to give you a call. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is not going to end well for me. So take the car back home. Oh, wait, first, he's like, let me go ahead and clear that light off for you. And I was like, okay. So I cleared the light off. I went home. The next day I call him again. I'm like, dude, my car is still broken. Well, if the light isn't on, there's nothing wrong with it.
Bullshit. Oh my God.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I know my car. There's been nothing wrong with my car before this accident. Mm-hmm. You guys fucked my car up. So I called the insurance company and they're like, I'm sorry, ma'am. We closed your claim. And I'm like, no. My car is getting fixed right now.
You reopen that shit right now.
For real. So a few hours later, the body shop calls me again. They're like, we're on the line with your insurance provider. And I guess you can bring your car back in, even though there's nothing wrong with it.
Oh my God.
She was seriously super mean to me. And I was like, fine. So I took my car and they're like, we're just going to have to bring it over to the dealership and have them fix it. I was like, good. You go right ahead and do that. So I haven't had my car. I haven't gotten to put my license plates on. I haven't gotten to put my license plate covers on. I haven't gotten to do shit because my car's been in the shop.
Well, I'm just glad you're not hurt.
My car is hurt. That's all that matters.
Hopefully we'll say a prayer. Mobile. We'll keep your car in our thoughts. And
if I get that car back and there's something wrong with it, I am going to burn some shit down.
I don't blame you. I would too. That's ridiculous.
I'm going to make those fuckers make my car payments for the next 2 months. Show them what's up.
Damn it. Send that bill into your claims adjuster and tell them, here, you got to pay this too.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Sorry for that rant. I had to do it.
It's okay.
The whole point of the story was I'm getting cool license plates to say Raider Girl.
That's all of
the
that,
end.
Just to sum it up.
Yeah. The end. All right. Are you done?
I'm done.
I'm done. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us yet again on Ladies of Darkness, a Crow's Nest Podcast Network production. If you're interested in donating some money to keep the ladies in the dark, please do so. Our PayPal link will be up on all of our social media accounts.
Coming soon. Of course, there's going to be more of us because we're fantastic. So make sure you subscribe to us in your favorite podcast app to get all of our shows, including the rest of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network family. There are some new shows actually. The guys from on Dwayne. Sean,
today, Junior.
Shut up. Dwayne, Sean, and Ken decided to put together a podcast that's going really well. Cover 3 Deep. Check that one out. That's our newest one on the network. And why are you laughing at me? What did I do?
Nothing. My dirty mind just did dirty mind things. Go ahead.
It's because of the deep thing, huh?
3 deep?
3 deep.
Have you ever been 3 deep?
We're not talking about personal matters on the show. But no,
this is all Shorty's fault. He is the one that made me drink tequila.
Okay, well, we'll send Shorty a bill.
All right.
Please also remember to give us a call. We love your voicemails. We love to hear from you. You can also tweet us. You can Facebook us, whatever you want to do. Give us a chance to answer your questions. We will play you on the air. We'll read your tweets. We'll read your Facebook messages, whatever you want to do. We love hearing from you. 802-328-1867.
Oh,
Hey, there have been very few stupid ones.
Dude.
There have been a couple stupid ones. Again, since Jenny interrupted me, 802-328-1867. And keep an eye out on all of the social media pages for upcoming events, giveaways. Make sure you're in on the action. Don't miss it. We are going to try to keep up with our schedule now that we've got some settling down from all this nonsense. So stay tuned. We'll be back with you next week. And go Raiders.
Wish us luck.
Wish us luck.
Go Raiders.
Say go Raiders.
Go Raiders. Oh.